Listen to the podcast.
Hi, everybody. It's Sybil. I'm Sybil Wilkes, and I'm so happy to have this couple of comics, two very talented folks. One is making her return, Nikki Carr. Hello, comedian extraordinaire Nikki Carr. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really great and glad to have you. And I am extremely surprised. May I tell you, Nikki?
Yes.
I'm surprised, I'm pleased, I'm thunderstruck. I am just over the moon that one appearance by one J. Anthony Brown after being on the low. I think he's been on the run from police for the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. Hey Jay.
You got
Sybil, hey
warrants?
Sybil, I'm
You got
just as
warrants.
surprised as you are, and yes, Nikki, I do have warrants. I do.
Nikki, I haven't talked to you in a while. How have you been? What are you doing? What are you up to? What's the word? What's the haps?
Oh, I'm working day and night, working day and night. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing comedy. I'm driving Lyft. I'm doing everything.
You're still doing the Lyft thing.
I'm still doing the Lyft thing, meeting all kinds of great people. I had 2 people getting in a fight in the back of my car. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Black or white? Black or white?
Black.
Oh my
A
god!
couple?
Black.
Oh my god!
2 guys.
Two guys. Were they a
Yeah,
couple?
they started out with what you want to do, what you want to do, what you want to do. Then next day I heard was, and I wasn't scared. I was angry. I said, "This is what y'all gonna do in my car? Out, get out."
Was that the very
Ride
first time you
over.
had that?
Yeah,
Oh,
most of
wow.
the time everybody's pretty nice.
And this is in Nevada.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'm a straight 5-star driver. They love my driving. They love me, and they love my clean car. And I get
How long have
my
you
last
been
name is
driving
Carr.
Lyft? How long have you been
Since
driving Lyft?
August. Since August, I ain't had no shows, and I was starving. I said I gotta
Okay.
do something. And Postmates, no thank you.
Oh, you
Or
don't want to
Uber
deliver
Eats.
food.
I
Yeah.
did that during the pandemic, and no thank you.
Oh.
What's the
it
problem?
was-
What's the difference between Postmate and Lyft? Well, I mean,
I'd rather drive people to go get their own food.
Right.
Have you ever been tempted to take any like French fries or anything out of the bag?
No. When
Oh.
I smell the food in the car and it smells good, I
Oh.
be ooh, that smells good. What I got at home to cook? That's how I get down.
That's how you do
Oh,
it. All
okay.
right.
Yeah, that fast food on the road put me in the hospital a couple times. I said, I can't do it no more. I changed my whole eating and everything.
Have you seen that though, where they have pictures of the drivers Uber Eats?
Sampling the food, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But that's why when you pick up the food now, they close the bag and put a sticker on it or
Mhm.
staple it or something like that. You can't even get in there no more.
Yeah.
You know, but when they don't tip you, you wish you had to lick the chicken or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I should have licked that chicken.
Jay, did you partake of not as a delivery person, but did you do a lot of call in and
Oh, definitely.
deliver
Sybil.
foods?
Definitely, yes. I order groceries. You can have your laundry picked up. They have a new service now that they will wash your clothes. You leave them out. They will wash and fold your clothes. You don't have to do anything now. I don't have to leave the house for nothing. They wash. They come and buy you food and get your medication, including your fun meds. Yes, anything you need, you can get sit down.
Right.
Have you done that, Nikki? Have you done delivery of fun meds to men of a certain age?
Not yet, but I'm getting ready to start. I'm getting all the information together now.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And are you working on your comedy with your customers in the back seat?
I do, but you know what? I have them dying laughing, and then when I get to go and write stuff down, I done forgot the whole conversation. You know what I mean?
Why don't you record it?
I know.
It's against the law to record and publish it. You know, like put it out, but you can record it, and then that way you can
for your own entertainment purposes.
Yes. If
play
you
it
make
for myself.
A small amount of people laugh, then that's something that you can take to the stage, and that's just the law. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's really cool. I just saw. I'm big on the Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies, and I just saw one involving, and they didn't call it Lyft or Uber. It was Driven, I think.
Yes.
Well, they probably couldn't use that name.
Right,
That's probably
right.
why they did that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the young lady was a driven driver, and set up the whole little Christmas.
You know what? It's so weird. I really want to do that. I would really like to do that, and just to drive people around. not to see if I get noticed, but that I'll have the mask on just because you meet so many different types of people,
Right.
You really do. Yeah.
Yes,
I would
you
love
do.
to do that.
So,
So
Nikki,
many types.
if Jay comes to town, would you let him take over some of your gigs?
Yes.
As long
And
as
I'll send you the link so that you can drive your car around. And once we both get a bonus. How about that?
Well, I want to talk about what's going on in the world, and there's a lot going on. And Nikki, I don't know about you, but do you have one of those friends that calls you in the middle of the night or the middle of your work day and says, "What about this? And how come they haven't done that?" And and it's a lot of that. My friend there, J. Anthony Brown does that a lot.
Oh, he does.
He does.
You lucky. He don't never call me. Not once, not ever.
I'll get your number 9, Nikki. Now, even if I know you're driving, I'll call you. Go, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? What do you think about that?
I need friends.
You got us. You got us.
I do.
And speaking of friends, how can people follow you? We'll start with that right off.
Well, here's the thing. I am at the real Nikki Carr, at the real comedian Nikki Carr now on Instagram. I was just comedian Nikki Carr, but they scammed me and hacked me and locked me out of my own thing.
No.
Ain't that something? How you gonna block me out of my own account? That is crazy. And I'm also on Facebook, and I do have a website.
Okay, and so Nikki, the website
Nikki Carr Comedy.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to get you some friends, and we're going to get we're going to
and my phone number. I'm just kidding.
Well, you got your best friend right there. That's
you got a new friend, right? You got a friend in me. That's it. If you talk about Junior, he's biting my fingers right now. So
well, Jay does that too. So
yeah, I'm into that, Nikki.
He doesn't mean anything by it. So this is one of the discussions that Jay and I have had within the last several hours. This is about the Louisiana judge that everybody wants to quit and get rid of her after the video was shown of a Black person trying to rob a house, and the N-word was spewed over and over and over again. Well, it now appears that the Lafayette City Court Judge, Michelle Odinette, will go on unpaid leave after this video. Taken at her home, captured people repeatedly using the racial slurs during or following a robbery attempt. This is according to her lawyer, said that she will step down temporarily, and it's probably today, humiliated, embarrassed, and sorry for what she's done and the trouble she's caused the community. And she's going to go on interim leave without pay. This comes after leaders and activists, including the president of the local chapter of the NAACP, have called for her resignation. And so all of this has to do with a burglary at her house. It was first reported by a local news outlet. It was shot after a burglary attempt at her home over the weekend. So here's the thing. Was this shot over the weekend? Was it recent, or was this some video? Because, there are a couple of different stories that this was out in 19 and 18, and this isn't recent. This isn't who she is. Oh, and she was so upset that she took some sort of relaxant
medicine,
to chill her nerves and
that's
what have you.
Roseanne Barr approach, right? That
exactly.
But she's on the video. What do you all think?
Well, she probably do that all the time. The cameras just don't be rolling all the time. That's all. That's what it sounds like to me.
I have to go with Nikki on that. When you hear white people use the N-word and they say it so fluently, so easily, it's like they've said it before. Yeah,
all the time.
But the thing that's so cool about this judge, she's a voted-in judge. I thought she was a judge that was placed in, and she can't be fired. I don't think she can be fired. She can be replaced with the vote, and so that's good to know. So maybe they should vote her out.
She was first elected to a 6-year term last year, so she's got
Yes.
5 more years left, right?
No, she
Uh,
don't.
Mhm.
Oh.
and she previously worked as a prosecutor and a public defender, so she's worked both sides of the legal system. Now she's on the bench, and she is quite familiar with the use of the N-word, apparently.
Well, my question
Mhm.
to you, Sybil, and to anybody out there who can help us get that information is not so many times has she used the N word. What is her? What is
The way
her?
she's treated the N-words
Yeah. What? No. 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 No.
that come before her.
What?
This is
What
true.
is her ruling record
Mhm.
compared to black people, compared to white people in the state of Louisiana? That was something I'd like to know because it's proven that she is a racist. So does she give black people more time than she gives white people? And
Mhm.
that's the record I'd like to see. I could care less about her sitting in the house saying the N word because we already established she's a racist. But I
That's
bet if
it.
we could find her ruling record, you would see
It's
some
platinum.
disparities. Did I just say a
Triple
big word?
platinum.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
there you
did,
go.
Jay.
It'll be platinum, right?
It's triple
In
platinum
terms of
record right
in
there.
terms of giving black people more time than she gives white people for the same offense. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I think that's an easy get, Jay. It wasn't easy
Uh-huh.
for me today, and because I did take that into account when talking about the story as you and I have. But I think that we can probably find out, and if they, now that she's out there, now that her name is out there, they know who she is and what she has said. I'm sure that there are some reporters who are doing their due diligence and find out where she has stood in terms
Well,
of her
I
rulings.
did do some due diligence today. I called several judges that I know.
Okay, okay.
I
That
first called Judge Craig out of Detroit, who
Judge
was a
Greg
real judge.
Mathis.
No, I don't think Judge Mathis is a real judge. I really don't. That's a joke, Judge. That's a joke. That's Judge. Calm down now.
Yeah, he's a comedian, Judge. Did you
Okay,
call?
all right, so well, let me say this. I'm going to give him the judgeship. I'm not buying the gang story life. I'm not going to buy. That's another joke, Judge.
Did you call Judge Tiger?
I called Judge Tiger, and I did call Judge Harvey. You know, Judge Steve Harvey has a new show coming out.
Is
that
that
I worked,
right?
That I worked on. So
Did
yes,
you?
Really? Wow.
So and can we just say that premieres in January?
January,
Really?
yeah.
Check your local listings.
I can't wait.
Consultant, yeah, you're truly is a consultant on that show. So yes, mark me
Not
down.
an insultant,
Wow.
a consultant.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yeah, but like we said earlier, well, the most important thing is how she's been ruling in terms of the judgeship that she's had for quite some time, and I would bet that she's given black plaintiffs much more time than she's given white by the fact that she uses the N-word so easily.
Absolutely.
And then sitting back in her chambers, you're not gonna believe what I gave that N-word today.
Mhm.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And hopefully the N-words that were cleaning and doing all of her bidding were the ones that can tell us, what she really is like.
That's
I
right.
was gonna say underneath the robe, but behind the.
Well,
the
let's
walls.
be hopeful that the only N-word get out and vote was 32%
Come on.
in that county where she lives and vote her ass out of office.
Please and thank you.
And
Thank
and
you.
if enough,
Right.
if you put enough petitions together, you could have a special election to
Mhm.
vote her out
Look
right
at you
away.
spewing all of this. They don't have to wait another 5 years.
You
for
don't
this
have to wait
happen.
if you have enough signatures, right?
That's
Yeah.
right. And more than enough signatures.
And
Yeah.
speaking of
Because
which,
N-words
people
got some long names. Long.
but there may be people who are watching saying, "Well, this has nothing to do with me. I'm not in Louisiana. I'm not in Lafayette County." But you know what? We all have them.
That's
It
right.
doesn't
we
matter
all.
where you are. If there
You're
is a
right.
judge and we have the opportunity to vote them out, and 2022 is going to be a very big year. We have to first, if you have not registered. If you are registered or think you're registered, make sure that your registration is still in effect. Because as you know, we're Jay, especially in Georgia, I know in Texas. Nikki, I'm not so sure how things are in Nevada, but in terms of the red and blue states, the red states have done everything they can to make sure that Black, brown people do not vote and not able to vote next year. So
That's
do
right.
what you got to do. Do
Mhm.
what you got to do.
And I got a lift, and I'm driving you to the poll for free.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow, that's
awesome.
cool.
That's great.
That's right.
That's really great. That's
You
a
ain't gotta have no money. I got a whole minivan. I take 6 at a time. Let's get it done.
okay. Get her done is right.
That's it.
Absolutely. And that's what we're talking about. Helping everybody get to the polls and to make their votes
That's
count.
right. That's right.
So have you guys heard about Bruce's Beach? This is in LA County. This was it was actually beachfront property that was owned by Black people in the early
That was taken
1900s.
years ago.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Okay, so we have talked about this a couple of times in the What You Need to Know newsletter, and the county has made an agreement with the family. This is Willa and Charles Bruce were the name of the couple who had the acres of land, and so they obviously are no longer with us, but they are looking for the heirs, those who are closest to the family, and so they have to do some DNA.
I'm glad you brought this up, Sybil.
Jay, you have some information?
Yes, I am related to the people. Laugh. Sure, it's funny. But I had a whole beach stolen from me.
You had a beach or a...
Yeah. And I went to the court and I said, beach, please.
Well, LA County is under their new inclusion initiative. They said, be advised that under California law, the legal heirs are the closest living heirs, children, grandchildren, great-grands of Charles and Willa Bruce. They said this in a press release. The County of Los Angeles is working with the legal services to conduct a thorough and transparent legal heir determination process. Now, if Jay, you don't have much time.
I've heard that before too, Sybil. Pay good money for it.
They are giving you and all your other fellow heirs until December 31st.
That's it?
Okay. Yes.
Yep.
But you know what's so weird about this beach, and I don't know about this beach in particular, but I do know about beaches, some of the beaches in New York. One of the ways that they kept Black people from going to the beach, they made the pathway so that only cars could get through and not buses. You know, if you watch the movie The Godfather, where Sonny is going, that path could only cars could get through that, and that way they could keep a large group of Black people from coming to the beach. And
because they didn't have cars, and they
because most Black people didn't have cars, they rode public transportation. And so I don't know if this. They didn't have Lyft then. I'm sorry.
Right, but they got the beach at Coney Island. Them people don't know how to keep that beach. Right
there. It's really bad, huh?
Huh? You could jump out the window to get to that beach from the project. But it's a mess. I was like, see, this is not nice. I mean, Black people got a beach right here, and they got watermelon and broken bottles and stuff. I had to wear Timberlands in the sand.
Oh my God.
So I don't get hurt.
Yeah.
It's terrible. If I had a beach outside, man, I wouldn't be doing all that. I was like, y'all clean up that beach out there, Coney Island. Stop it.
And as Jay said, beach, please. And so they are saying that they are trying to make this a new vacation spot with other Black families building their own summer cottages along the Oceanside Strip.
That would be cool.
They're hoping that Black folks will be able to take advantage of this. But as I said, you have to get in touch with the LA County by December 31st, the officials there, because they have been looking for you. And they say that sorry, but not really sorry. All right. I have one more quick story. And I sent this to Jay because it doesn't sound right to me, Nikki. It does not sound right to me. But here is the story of a woman who was arrested and charged and called police because she poisoned her boyfriend's lemonade. And she called the police and said, yeah, I did it. Come get me. Come arrest me. And do you know the reason why?
Why?
She said, because he talks too effing much. The woman poisoned her boyfriend of 9 years. So it wasn't as if
Wow.
this was a new relationship and she was tired of him.
Did it shut him up though? Did it work? I mean,
Boy, did it ever.
really? He not dead,
So
is he? She didn't kill him.
He died, Sybil? He died?
He did not.
Good.
He came close, but she is charged in the attempt to take his life. And this is in Jacksonville, Florida, by the way.
All she had to do was give him some of that Gorilla Glue that girl put on his head. Put some of that in the tea. And he would have been fine. He would have shut up and everything would have been fine.
Well, this quetiapine tablets. It's some sort of drug to calm you down. She said she told officers she did it because he wouldn't shut the F up.
Well, sometimes you're in a talkative mood, and sometimes you're not, and sometimes you're with a person who's in a talkative mood, and sometimes they're not, and it's just weird that sometimes when you're in a relationship, we're not all ready to talk at the same time.
That's true.
And there are thoughts that go through your mind with your mate, and when you just say, "Would you just shut?" I mean, you wouldn't say it out loud, but you're going.
No, you're thinking it out loud. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's really going on. And this is a question that is based upon a song. And I don't know how.
I did it. I did the challenge. Yes.
Fill in the blank for me, will you? Christmas just ain't Christmas without what?
Weed.
Christmas. Okay, that's our first suggestion. Weed, says the weed man. Christmas just ain't Christmas without. So the folks that are watching and listening,
I can't even.
You can because you agree with it, you can't follow it, or Christmas.
I like to do a commercial for Nikki. After a long day of Lyft driving, I like to light up a bud.
Yes, indeed.
And it's not wiser.
No, this the bud that make you wiser, though.
Or so you think. Yeah.
It does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Janet Ferguson.
I know you've never gotten high.
Right.
No.
Never in your entire life.
No.
That's a shame for God. That is definitely
I
black.
didn't inhale. I did not inhale.
Well, for years, Nikki, Jay and Tom never believed that I never smoked weed. Until this day, they still don't believe. And how did I get to be this age? And especially having worked with them.
Contacts. You've been around people who smoke weed. You smoke weed.
That secondhand puff pass.
But we've not. Well, there was just one time.
Yeah, that one time. Yeah.
I came to work high, but other than that,
And I think that was the day that
20 years, Sybil. That's
I think that was the day Tom asked you to leave. Okay. Did this Negro just quit? Janet Ferguson is on Hennessy on Facebook. She says, "Christmas just ain't Christmas without the hen, without Hennessy."
Yes. Some people believe that. There's some people that they come to your house and you don't have Hennessy, they'll leave. They'll leave.
Really?
They'll definitely leave. Either they'll leave and not
don't
come back.
Come here.
Yeah, don't come.
You don't have hen in the house?
Mm-mm. I don't drink. I don't like Hennessy. It's too hard to roll.
I didn't know that was an option.
That's why I don't buy it. I don't like alcohol.
You don't like any alcohol? What about just a wine or a beer? No?
Mm-mm.
You like your
breath stink.
Oh, okay. And
I'm with you on that, man. And when we talk about weed, I don't really smoke weed. I do edibles because it's clean, it's easy to carry around, you can travel with it, and dogs don't smell it, so it's great.
They don't smell it?
No, none of the dogs I walk by.
I used to be a big pothead, but nowadays it seems like I'm a one-hit wonder. One hit, and I wonder why I'm so high. I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you got some of that good stuff out there. I've always said that some of the best weed in the world is out in that part of the country.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't in Jamaica. Okay. All right. All right.
No, it ain't.
Jay, what about your new home? Are you having any difficulties in procuring?
Oh, I don't have any weed here in Atlanta because it's illegal. Sybil, you trying to set me up?
I was just curious. I thought maybe
No, you can't.
had
No, I don't know. We don't. Sybil, what's wrong with
Jay,
you? No, it's illegal here.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
So, if it's not weed, and if it's not from the one hit wonder, is there something else that's not Christmas without? Is it your mama's sweet potato pie?
Yeah, I miss. Well, I do. For me, and I hate to be a downer. Go ahead, Nikki. You talk. Go ahead.
For me, it's my whole mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas ain't Christmas without my mama. I ain't had Christmas.
Your mom is your mom still around? Your mom still around?
Nope, she died on New Year's Day 2002. After I specifically asked her if she was going out on New Year's, she said no.
Wow. I don't know how to follow that.
It's a true story.
Nikki, I don't know. Nikki, I have nothing else to say after that one.
I was thinking, my mom died not too long after New Year, but what? Huh?
New Year's Day. I said, Ma, you going out for New Year's? She said no.
And son of a gun.
Well, that's the thing about for me, and I'm still not talking about this all the time. It is the most depressing time for me. It is. The holidays are it's such a downer. I hate to be a downer, but January when the New Year's over with, it's like a lift. Like I got the monkey off my back, and I can start
the clouds
over and
have
refresh.
lifted.
But between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it is a heavy, heavy load. I mean, to go on stage and perform, I can do that. Come on this show, I can do that. I can do my job. But man, when the downtown is there, it is. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. It is so depressing. It really is. It's the worst. It's the worst feeling ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jay, your mom, if I'm not mistaken, it was October when your mom passed away. It wasn't.
October,
And my mom passed in January. So so the holidays for me, just thinking of that last year of her life, thinking like Thanksgiving and then Christmas,
right?
And then, like I said, the weekend to the New Year's when she passed. So a lot of that, does play in your head. So I mean, we're all a part of that.
Because it was such a, especially when you got older, you were able to drive and go see mom. It was the bomb. It was so much fun, My mom gave me so much comedy. My mom was not a funny person, but you could get so many jokes off of my mama. Like the time she sat on my $250 straw hat, and it was stuck to her ass, and we were looking for the hat, and she got up, and the hat was stuck. And I was laughing so hard. She was mad at me because I was laughing, It was just funny. Like she said, look over here, look over there. And she said, well, let me get up and help you look. And the hat, which you could not wear the hat again. The hat.
That hat would never go on your head.
That hat was gone. I miss those times, man. And it's so weird for me. Whenever I go to Columbia, if I can pass the place where my mom lived, I can't even look up there. I can't. I just can't. So,
wow,
it's a real bad time.
I had a friend. I worked with him in radio in Charlotte, and he used to drive every day past where his girlfriend went to school. And it turns out she had transferred a long time ago, and he would purposely, hope to run into her, hope to, she's like, dude, I haven't been at that school in forever. He's like,
wow.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to kind of see her and not see her, and turn his head the other way. It was just like crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Nikki, what about you? Here we have Jackie Bryant on YouTube says, yes, Jay, I wish we could fast forward from Thanksgiving to January 2nd. That's going to take up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring anybody down that probably already done that. But if there's somebody you can talk to or get with, I'm going to go to New York with my family and sometime hang with my girl. But it's people have to understand that people feel that way, and let them try to work through it as best they can. It doesn't mean I'm suicidal or anything like that. It just means that I just got to be by myself for a minute till it goes away. And it's worse. It is the worst. What are you laughing at, Sybil?
I'm listening to you, and I know it's a bad time. I understand it, but Nikki's dog he wants to say something.
Let the dog talk.
Is that a schnauzer?
He is a what is he? He's a Yorkie.
Oh, a Yorkie. Oh, he's a little bitty thing. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, I'm jonesing for a dog these days, and so
I'm selling him. So I can't afford to keep him no more.
For people that are listening, she's got a cute, adorable little dog. You may have heard him as Jay was talking. Look at her. Okay.
He would miss you if you got rid of him.
Jay in his last divorce got possession of a pit bull who was the scariest dog ever. He was just
the scariest dog ever. The dog had a nervous condition. I'm here to tell you. Yeah, he passed away. From
Gator.
Edible.
Gator was his name. But it was my son's dog. Yeah,
I thought you lost that in one of your marriages.
No. She wanted Gator. She really did want Gator. She tried to take me. Don't bring that up. Ooh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I got a dog. I kept losing the dog in the breakups.
So
every time I break up with somebody, they take the dog.
So you bought one on your own. So
I bought one on my own.
But it says a lot about the person you with who would say, "I'd rather be with the dog than you."
But guess what? I miss the dog and don't miss you. How about that?
Oh my gosh! I just feel a brand new act coming on here, Nikki Carr. So Christmas just ain't Christmas without. It's not the one you love, or it could be the one you love. Who is that person? But asking people, Christmas just ain't Christmas without. And I will tell you that even with me and both my parents deceased, and I'm not sure if you have that as well, Nikki, but just time with my god brother and my god sister going to Chicago, to see them. That is, and last Christmas we didn't do it.
Live. Yeah, I'm taking my 3 kids to New York, and we're gonna hang out. And then after that, me and my girl are gonna go someplace. But up until that, Sybil, I gotta be by myself. I can't take it. It's the worst, and I know I'm not good company at those particular times.
But you recognize that, and Jay, you will go. You will ghost in a heartbeat. I mean, you will just.
I will go. I will now. And the other thing for me, I love going to the movies. I know Sybil does not go to the movies, but
not right. Yeah. Still not ready.
Sybil,
to get
trust me. There's nobody in there. You can go. You'll be the only one.
Nikki, I am very, very hesitant to get out and to do a lot of things. I'm not even feeling great about getting on a plane next week, without the mask and things like that. And Yolanda, our producer, she went to the movies the other day, and like you, Jay, there's nobody in there.
And look, ain't nothing happened to her. She good.
We don't know that yet. She hadn't been tested yet.
You said she looked fine to me.
It was. I keep calling it 3 the Hard Way, but it wasn't that. Yolanda, if you can tell us what the movie was.
Yogi, what did you see?
True to the Game 3.
True to the Game 3. I didn't know.
I know what nobody in that theater.
That's what I'm about to say. Maybe they count backwards because I never heard of it.
And truth is, she went for the popcorn and
I just love going to the movies. I just wanted to go.
Oh, okay.
She loves the popcorn and the frozen or the cold pickles.
I don't know about cold pickles, but I like popcorn and movies too. Right there in that bedroom, right there.
Jay, what about you? Are you taking your own?
I just have that big screen, and you're in there. You don't have to worry about being bothered. No phones are going off. I've been off meat for a week, but I do like a nice diabetic diet of hot dogs and Coke Icy. If diabetics can have that, I think
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can't. No,
You
you
can,
can't.
Sybil.
They got Beyond Franks.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's
Oh, at the
true.
movie theater, I have not had that. Yeah.
No, you can take it with you. What
Oh,
kind of
really?
black
Yeah,
person
that's
don't
the
know how to
other problem, Nikki.
take
People are
their own
sneaking
food in the theater?
People are sneaking a lot of food in theaters now. They
Yeah.
are. Yes.
Now, I thought it was a requirement.
I know. Huh?
Because back in the, I mean, now it's like a bucket of popcorn is like $60 because
Right.
it's
You got to pay for
crazy.
each kernel. That's what
Yeah,
it
right. Well, I hope that you guys have a wonderful Christmas with or without the one you love, as according to the song. But Jay, I'm really excited that you're taking your family and
That's going
doing
to be
something.
so cool.
And I
My
hope
son,
that the theaters are open.
my son, who's pretty much my age, has said he didn't like New York. I'm like, who doesn't like New York? I mean,
Yeah.
dude,
Oh,
you don't like New York?
Not anymore. I was born and raised in New York.
Oh, then that's different, Nikki. Come on now. But
Yeah.
to
It's not the
visit, it's a
same.
great place.
visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do 3 days up there.
Oh,
That's what's
good.
up. I hope you enjoy it.
And I'm hoping the plays are open because they've shut down. I think.
Well, I know. We plan to go to Harlem. There's a nice place up there. I'm gonna do a shout out for this place. If you go to Harlem, there's a place called the Row. It's
Okay.
on. It's in Harlem. It's called the Row. It's a nice little restaurant. They got good food, nice soul food place. So we're gonna go see some comedy shows
Mhm.
and hang out for 3 days. And
And
hope
don't forget
nobody.
Melba's in Harlem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Melba's is good too.
Yeah,
And in
absolutely.
the Red Roof Inn.
Oh, Red Rooster. Is it Red
Red
Rooster?
Rooster.
Yeah.
Red
Rooster
Roof is
a
a hotel or motel. Yeah.
That's a whole nother show.
Let's take a look at the What You Need to Know newsletter, if you don't mind. And of course, remind people this is our free newsletter. We'd love for you to subscribe. It makes a great holiday gift. Oh, and get one for the dog too. Go to SybilWilkes.com and sign up for our absolutely free newsletter, What You Need to Know. And we give a lot of information about what's going on. See, you
got one dog or two dogs? Wait a
God.
minute.
One.
That's just a very active dog.
Stop scratching me. He think he got cat tendencies. Stop scratching me.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, Jay, we want to talk about the Sister Commish. The mayor-elect of New York has appointed a Black woman to be the new commissioner of the police department, the largest
That's
police
great.
department
That's really great.
in the country.
Mhm.
And her name is Keishant Sewell. She comes from Nassau County, and she is the first woman and the third Black person to be the head of the NYPD. How about
Mhm.
that?
That's
Isn't
what's
that
up.
great? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's magic.
I was listening to my good friend. You've had her on the show too, Karen Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Said that she made a statement that she said that women will probably save our society because I mean you look at what's happening with the mayor race in
The
Georgia,
governor.
the governor's race in Georgia, homegirl that's investigating Trump up in New York, and
Letitia James. Yeah.
Letitia James. So and the vice president. It's going to be especially Black women.
Mhm.
They're ready for the cause and can answer the cause when they get it. So it's going to be really cool. Really,
And
really
how
cool.
great is Karen Hunter? She's running a network on
Oh,
Sirius XM.
oh my
So
God!
it's like,
Yes,
yeah,
I'll be on
yeah.
her show Friday with Lazy
Lo-
Lamont.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
his name before, so his name is Lamont King, but I always call him Lazy Lamont.
So, Nikki, how excited are you as a former New Yorker, born and raised? So you will always be a New Yorker. But how
Right.
excited are you about the new mayor coming in, and now with the head of the police department as a sister?
I am extremely excited, and it's about time. And hold it down, girl. But the article that I read in What You Need to Know, I wasn't sure if they were happy or not, because at the end he started talking about how she took the picture behind, and started talking about the people in the picture and how
Oh
they
yeah.
were all these negative things. So
Yes.
Yeah, I think he got kind of caught up in some of, the excitement of it all in
Uh-huh.
in the I think it was in the press conference where they were talking about that, because they did go to her home where she grew up in the housing district that she grew up in. And
mhm.
so I think they got kind of,
Yeah, they
led
were
a,
going all over the place. I was like,
yeah,
what's that for?
yeah,
We didn't.
yeah.
That wasn't the time for
Right,
that. We
right.
celebrating right now.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
always want to bring up something when we trying to celebrate.
And
Yeah.
and
Just
I
let
Right.
us
do like
celebrate.
I do like the fact that he, like the president Biden now, said during the campaign that he was going to make the police commissioner next police commissioner was going to be a woman, and he followed through on that promise. So,
That's right. He sure
good on
did.
him.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good
All right,
job.
you guys. Next thing is, I'm assuming, Jay, you are not the only one of us who knows about the ins and outs of real estate and what you need to do, and especially in California, where
Oh,
real estate is
definitely.
so very expensive. Did you have this issue, or maybe because of where you lived, you didn't have it? But here's a couple that lived in Marin County in Northern California, right? And they had a house. They had put a lot of work in it. They had added an extra floor, so that means square footage was increased, and what have you. And when they brought in a white person to give them to estimate the value of the house, they said the house was worth like $950,000. So that seems pretty good, but they knew
They
that
knew
there
it
was
was
more.
worth more. Right.
It was
Right.
worth more. So what they did is it's always good to have the white man. You got a white friend. They brought the white friend in. They resaged the house. They took out their Afrocentric art and all of that. They had the white person there as the person came in to once again estimate the value of the house. And do you know that it went up to $1.5 million the
I
value?
believe that. I believe
Hmm.
that. I
Yep,
believe that.
I sure do
Also,
too.
you don't have to do this when you sell a house in California. This is just what I did. I would not sell my house to anybody white. I just wouldn't, because buying a house is passing on wealth to another generation, and
Mm-hmm.
I wanted somebody black to own that house. And you can get mad if you want to, but white people do it all the time. It has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with how much money your black ass shows up to buy that house. They'll say they got two bidders in, they'll overprice you, and you won't get the house. So
Hmm.
I'm encouraging people that if you have property to sell and there's somebody black you can sell it to, pass it on to that person.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
white people, I'm not saying they have enough wealth, and who nobody ever really has enough, but
Do you,
try to put
unless
yourself
you're
in.
Elon Musk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
they've always
Everybody,
given
yeah,
me silly
yeah.
excuses why they won't sell me a house. I ain't got no money, bad credit. What that got to do with anything?
But I found a young man out of L.A. who's a lawyer, and white people showed up all the time to buy the house. You can call me prejudiced, you can say whatever you want to, but I was adamant in terms of selling that house to somebody
Hmm.
black,
Good
or
for
either pass it
you.
on to your kids, right?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
you weren't about to do that, so you.
No, I wasn't about to do that. But I did give everybody some property, so
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
I'm open to adoption. So that's awesome. That is a great idea, Jay. And
yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it.
Neither am I. Bravo.
And especially if oh boy, the young lawyer was able to meet your price.
He
Hmm.
did. He did. He
That's
did.
cool.
Yeah.
That's very
Excellent.
cool. They're in California and Los Angeles. All right. Um, the number of evictions are up as the
Wow.
moratorium on evictions. And speaking of housing, as we are still in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic, in September, folks are just a month after the federal eviction moratorium ended. The numbers have skyrocketed, and still looking to make some changes and to help people in the Biden administration. But it's a difficult time, and especially now that we've got the Omicron, and the Omicron is not as deadly
Hmm.
as the Delta, but certainly a lot of people are still affected. And this week, we're talking about the fact that the tax credit, child tax credit check is the last one, unless the House and the Senate, or actually it should be the Senate, passes the Biden Build Back Better plan and gets people their money, because otherwise they're going to go back to pre-pandemic dollars, and that's not been good.
Or
for
Robert
people.
and stealing one.
Yeah, well, they're already doing that, Nikki. How about this? Everywhere. In my hometown of Chicago, just saw a story where a 16-year-old girl has been arrested and charged with armed robbery
Oh, that's sad.
on the Gold Coast stores.
That's so sad.
It's just incredible to see this. Or people saying, they're in New York, they're at a bodega, and somebody just comes in, they just grab stuff off the shelves, and the owners don't say anything because they're like, we don't know what this person has,
Right.
is a gun or what, and
Right.
we're just in a really hard time.
It's a hard time, very hard time. And that I wish they put the moratorium or whatever you call it back, because every day I open my door, first thing I do is check for it. Eviction notice. Every day I open the door, I'll be like, not today, Lord. Okay.
And it's a good day.
It's a good day. I get to live here another day. Hey.
Bless your heart. That's not the way to live.
Yeah,
I mean,
and if you ever, if there's something you want to see, the homeless problem in LA is just unbelievable, and it's because the weather is year round so warm that a lot of people go to California, but they're downtown to certain parts of LA, man. It's just sad to see.
Here too.
And it's not all black people, and it's not all people with drug problems. It's regular, sometimes everyday people who have lost their homes and find themselves on the street. Right.
Right.
And you say that it's a problem in Vegas there too, Dickie?
Yeah, it's terrible. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was shocked when I saw in California as well. With people living under those bridges and stuff. Said, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And inflation is going up, and people say that they still can't find work, and it's a difficult time. I know, as glad as people may have been to see Donald Trump leave office, I would never want to be that person, or to have Joe Biden be that person to have to tackle this and take it on. But I'd rather have him take it on than
I'd rather have Biden in the White House than Trump in any day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Trump is an idiot, but he's managed to get more idiots to follow his whatever it is he's doing.
So let me ask you this.
I learned something from him. Go ahead.
What's that?
I learned that the word Bible upside down is El-Bib. I never knew that.
That of course, pointing to the ignorance of some, as they were there for a photo op in front of the church across from the White House, and couldn't quite figure out which side was up.
Yeah,
I guess
it's upside down.
Yeah,
El-Bib.
El-Bib.
You got an El-Bib. Oh, it's a Bible. Oh, it's the Bible.
Oh, my bad. We have an El-Bib. Are you all watching all of this with the January 6th commission, with the House
yes,
commission?
I'm riveted.
And what's the most interesting thing to you, Jay?
The most interesting thing to me is that how much information they have, but how much they haven't done. They have all this information, but they haven't really done what needed to be done. The only reason those people were at the Capitol was because Trump told them to go there. They already had a section where they were going to stay. That rally could have been done. It would have been over. He had several speakers that were saying you need to go to the Capitol. That wasn't even on their mind. That wasn't even on their permit. They only went to Capitol because Trump said, you got to go down there and fight like hell, because if you don't, you won't have a country. So why his ass isn't in jail? I don't know. They have all this information. So the most surprising thing, like I said, is what they know as opposed to what they haven't done.
And a lot of that, they say, is on the part of the Biden White House, because they say that the FBI should be
Yes,
more
come
involved
on.
in this, as well as other federal agencies, and why they have not made arrests or done
Right.
their the work to get a lot of this. But the text, how about the text from all the
Let me ask you this, Sybil. This is the cool thing. Do you remember all the times you spoke to Barack Obama?
yeah. Yeah.
You tell me, how come Jim Jordan can't remember when the hell
he was being Jordan, the guy who's never met a jacket that he liked, from Ohio. He's being asked over and over again. I think it's Brett Baer, Jay, on
Yes,
Fox,
yes.
and talking to the president. Oh, I talk to the president all the time, but I'm talking about January 6th. Oh, I talk to the president all the time. I don't remember exactly how many, but I talk to the president all the time. I can tell you each and every time that we had an opportunity to talk to President Obama. I can tell
Well,
you
that's
that.
good for you, because the whole time I was on the show, I never got to talk to the man. Nikki, let me tell you what they did to me. Let me tell you what they did. We had the only Black president. They went to the White House 17 times, and they left me. They didn't. Nikki, they went to the White House 146 times.
How many times?
382. I was the Black Cinderella of the show. I didn't go to the ball.
So, Nikki, let me also tell you this.
Yes.
That one time we were all going to the White House, and I had a mishap with a flight, and it was delayed. And so I was, just going from Dallas to DC, getting from the airport to the hotel, and I check in, and it's like, oh, Tom and Jay just left. They couldn't
That was
wait
to me,
for you.
Clinton. That was Clinton.
Who really was a guy after their own hearts, Nikki.
Yeah, wow. Ooh, that's cold. That was cold.
But Tom had to be with his snuggle buddy, and so they're like, oh, they said to tell you they just left. And I said,
wow.
What is just left? About an hour ago. I was like, they don't even have to be there now.
Oh my goodness. Well, I understand. Because you know what? Y'all went on like 45,000 cruises. I'm okay.
Well, I will tell you about the last one where we both stayed home.
Yeah, we both stayed home. Nikki, you were welcome to go in my place. You could have gone.
30,000.
Was it that
62
many?
million comedians.
All right, let's.
How many cruises did you do? Did we do, Sybil?
20.
That's it?
We did 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nikki, let me just say this. I hated every last one of them. I hated the cruise. I was good the first 3 days.
And then it was like Christmas time with Jay. He just disappeared.
Please get the fuck out my face with that camera, please.
A lot of that. Let me get his picture. We took a picture yesterday, but not in that outfit.
I know. Yes.
Or that costume. And there was always the costumes. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit of entertainment. Jay, have you seen this? That Bruce Springsteen reportedly sold his music catalog for $500 million.
Wow.
$500 million. The James Brown estate sold for $90 million.
Whoa.
Wow. So look, if there's anybody out there interested, me and Ralph Hawkins have done about 100. We've done at least 700 songs. So if you'd like to buy that library of murdered hits,
yes, absolutely. You give Jay a call.
But speaking of music, I gotta plug my music. I do have my very first Christmas album that's on all social media streams. So
really,
okay,
that's what's up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Before we until we go to J. Anthony Brown and look for his and he's always got a jaunty little ditty that he likes to share, especially for the holidays. He does great holiday stuff as well. How can people find you again, comedian Nikki Carr? One more time,
That's
reminder.
it. Google it. Comedian Nikki Carr, I'm everywhere.
And she may pick you up in her lift.
And I'll pick you up in my lift. And especially take you to the poll.
Okay. Okay.
Look poll or voting poll, don't matter. I'll take you there. I'll take you there.
And J. Anthony Brown.
Check me out on janthonybrown.com, on Instagram, all the social media sites. You can also see where I did the Kevin Campbell challenge. So I got about 500,000 people who saw it. And one person said, leave the singing alone. But so much, everybody was pretty kind. Yeah.
That's nice. That's good. 500,000. That's awesome.
That's a lot.
It is.
Awesome. Is that on TikTok?
That's on TikTok and Instagram. You can see my Kevin Campbell challenge.
Oh, I can't wait. Kevin Campbell?
Or Kevin Campbell.
What did I say? Kevin Campbell?
Kevin Campbell.
Kevin Campbell.
This is where we close out with our Yogi's Jewel for the day. And I do want to share this with you guys. There is a peace that can surpass all understanding, and that is God's peace. A peace that can surpass all understanding. God's peace. I wish you all peace. Thank you so much. Nikki, thanks for jumping in and joining us today. We appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. And J. Anthony Brown, who knew you were going to be a man of your word and come on and be early?
I sure didn't know I was going to be a man of my word.
We appreciate you for that. Thanks so much, everybody. See you later. Thanks.
See you later. Thank you.
Bye.